Imagine a galaxy where the most dangerous pirates aren't young hotshots with laser swords, but grizzled veterans who have forgotten more about space combat than the current generation has ever learned. And you are the one leading a crew of misfits who view retirement as a suggestion rather than a rule. You are thrust into Junkyard Pirate, only to find that this second chapter isn't just about scavenging for scrap, but about navigating the treacherous politics of a frontier where experience is the only currency that matters, and every old trick in the book is still lethal. But when you discover that outsmarting the corporate fleets and rival gangs isn't about having the newest tech, but about using decades of hard-earned wisdom to turn their own arrogance against them, you realize that respect isn't given. It's seized through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics. Welcome to Old Dogs, Older Tricks, the pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Jamie McFarlane's sci-fi adventure series. If you love grumpy veteran tropes, found family dynamics, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching protagonists navigate a hostile cosmos through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of existential duty. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's decision to take on one last big score, thrusting them into a race against time to secure the loot before rival factions or ancient entities erase them from existence. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of ozone and old metal, the static of encrypted comms, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are erased from history. McFarlane excels at capturing the psychological toll of isolation, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but eternal displacement. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular reluctant hero trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers. It's about understanding the complex ecology of alien technology, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior capital. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying, chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Junkyard Pirate lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn their own enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Old Dogs, Older Tricks is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Jamie McFarlane has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide.
Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.